You use the acronym COLI, that's corporate-owned life insurance. You use the acronym BOLI, that's bank-owned life insurance. And you use the acronym ICOLI, which is insurance company-owned life insurance. But they're all essentially a subset of the overall topic, which we're going to talk about here today, which is multi-life sales, where you are talking about a group of life insurance policies sold to one potential borrower, or a group of life insurance policies that are sold to one company or sponsored by one company. For those of our listeners that have never done a multi-life case before, what does that mean and how is it different than your traditional kind of everyday life insurance sale?
Sure. So really, when you think about corporate-owned life insurance, it's exactly what it sounds. It's a corporation owning life insurance on its key people, executives, a deemed group of employees. And it's really used in a number of facets. It could be used to fund a long-tail executive benefit program like deferred compensation. It could be used to offset stock redemption if you're a law firm or you have a number of equity partners. And the nuances are the same. It has the same tax treatment, has the same death benefit treatment. So ultimately what we're doing is, instead of it being owned by an individual consumer, the company is owning it on the balance sheet of the company, so it becomes a corporate asset. And traditionally, corporate-owned life insurance has been used in an institutional manner, meaning we had a product that had a high surrender value, day one, dollar one, so there was no negative P&L impact. We take $1 of cash, we turn it into $1 plus of cash surrender value. We're taking that trade on balance sheet. Now we have a large group of employees that are covered in that group, that the company owns that policy and is the beneficiary of those residual death benefits. The biggest delineation, I think, in the corporate-owned life insurance space compared to the individual consumer space is the bulk of the designs that we deal with and the most prevalent form of the insurance that is bought today is done on a guaranteed issue basis. So there's no medical underwriting that's involved.
That means that if you're working with a business that wants to buy a block of policies on their key executives, and let's say they have 500 executives that they want to cover, guaranteed issue means that basically you're able to do insurance on all 500 people at one time without making them sit for medical exams and the traditional underwriting you see with traditional life insurance underwriting.
That's correct. Yeah. The one stipulation is they do have to consent their life to the business. So they do have to sign off on the fact that they are letting their employer buy a life insurance policy on them. And that consent form is typically 3 questions. Are you actively at work? Are you a U.S. citizen? And in the last 90 days, have you missed 4 or more days for injury or illness? So if someone is actively at work and they're willing to consent their life, answer those questions, then the company can buy a life insurance policy on them on their behalf.